humble omelette is probably one of the easiest meals to make, and yet a lot of people seem to struggle with how to make a really good one. Today on Jay's World Kitchen, I'm going to show you a very simple way to make a very delicious, very basic egg omelette. Now we're really easily going to put this together in no time flat. I'm using a medium-sized non-stick frying pan, and into that we're going to put approximately 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter. And you definitely want to use butter here and not oil. It just tastes so much better. And while your butter is melting, what we're going to do is we're going to take 4 large eggs into a bowl like this. We're going to add in a pinch of salt. It doesn't have to be too much, it is to taste. And a good grind of freshly ground black pepper. And you're going to take a whisk, and we're going to whisk that all together until it's really smooth. And what you want is a nice smooth consistency with very little separated egg whites. And we're going to set that aside until our butter is melted. And our butter is just starting to nicely bubble, and that's perfect. What you want to do is you want to make sure that your heat is around a medium to low, just slightly low side of medium. And you want to wait until all of this butter is nicely bubbling before we add in our actual egg. And now you've got a nice bubble just going all the way around your butter. We're going to pour in all of that egg all at once. And now what you're going to do is, using a spatula like this, you're just going to start drawing that into the center all the way around. And as you can see already, it is starting to cook and form into sort of like a more solid piece. And again, this is why you're doing a medium heat. You're going to just keep doing that, and what it's doing is it's putting all of that liquid around the side of the pan as you are drawing the solids into the center. You're just going to keep doing that, gently making sure you get to the bottom of the pan and allowing all of that liquid to run out to the edges. Now you may find as you start getting lower down in your egg, or there's less egg in there, it's going to get a little harder. You're just going to tilt your pan to make sure that that liquid is still filling in those gaps. Now we're going to cover that with a lid and just leave it for about a minute or two, because what we want to do is we're going to start cooking the eggs that are on top by using steam heat. Now after a minute you can see that it is starting to solidify around the sides, and at this point you can add your toppings. Now I'm just going to add, this is very simple, so I'm just adding about a 1/4 cup of grated cheddar cheese to one side, and I'm doing it on this side here. But of course you can add all sorts of things like onions and bacon pieces and things like that, or ham if you prefer, anything like that, or some fresh vegetables if you prefer that too. Now pop your lid back on. I'm going to leave that just until we can see that most of that egg is cooked. And now after a minute, if you have a look, you can see that all of that egg around the sides has very nicely started to come together. Now you're going to take your same spatula and you're just going to run that around the edge here. Now remember, this is never going to be perfect, and that's okay. It's all going to taste the same. And now we're going to slide this underneath the side that doesn't have our toppings on and flip that over like that. What you want to see is this nice brown here at the bottom of your omelette. We're just going to loosen the bottom, make sure that it's all loose all the way around. And now I'm very cautiously moving mine around the pan to the side like that. And the way we're going to get this out of our pan is by simply holding your plate and your pan together like this, and just in one movement moving it across like that. Now, if you like eggs, the smell is just incredible, and you can tell just having cut it open a little bit that the cheese is nice and melty in there, and I'm really excited to try this just as it is. That's just perfect. Honestly, the light fluffiness of that egg is just incredible. And for me, the mix with that nice sharp cheddar cheese in there is really amazing. This is such a simple recipe, and it's the perfect way to do a country style omelette. These are just incredible. You have to try this. And if you did, I'd love to hear from you in the comment section below how this turned out for you and what you did or you added to your omelette to make it unique. I'd like to take a moment to thank all of my sponsors on Patreon. You're the people that help keep this channel going. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and remember to turn on notifications so that you know when my next video drops. Remember too that you can follow me on all of my social media, and those links are below in the comment section as well. If you would like to try some of my other breakfast ideas, you can check out my Dutch pancakes recipe right here. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, happy eating.